Happy Wednesday, everybody. Welcome to my channel. Today we are doing cheeseburger egg rolls. Yes, that's right. Cheeseburger egg rolls. It's really simple, easy to make. I mean, just right to the core. I first ate these at the Magic Kingdom, and now I just did my own take into them. And I also looked into other people's recipes and just combined it all to make it my own. So here we go. So what you need is your ground beef or turkey, however you want to do it, onion, mustard. I got my pickles, my egg roll wraps. I got these from Walmart, so it's easy to find any of these items. I got my cheese. I do have my ranch spicy dressing, which I use it as a dip. And that's it. Let's get this going, right? So I got my pan back here, ready to go. And we're gonna chop up some onions. I'm gonna go ahead and open these up and wash it. I know it has a skin over it and it's protecting it or whatever this thing right here is. I still wash it. Double protection. It's pretty bad. I have to wash it regardless of the case. So let's get this cut up. And you can make these as big as you want, as small as you want. I just like to make it like little pieces like this. Little tiny pieces. They're not too tiny because I do want to taste a little bit of the onion. So I usually try to make it a good, decent size. Alrighty. People are probably saying mustard, pickles. Absolutely. After you taste it, you'll never go back. You're gonna want pickles and mustard always in your food. Like not always in your any food, alright? I'm talking about cheeseburger egg rolls, which I'm super excited because I do cheeseburger soup, which is so good. And you put like tortilla strips on the top. Oh my gosh, so good. So yummy. So once you get the amount that you want to get 2 tablespoons of butter. Which I love these sticks of butter because it has your measurement and you don't have to measure anything. And you'll put it in your pan. And I'm gonna heat it up a little bit more because I have it on low so I don't burn the pan. Okay. So as that's going on, finish cutting. Whoop! Onion flew. Alrighty. Oh gosh. So in this recipe, you have to be careful with the salt that you use, just because you're gonna be putting cheese in it and the cheese is salty itself. Alrighty. Put this right over here. So, like I said, once you get the amount you want, you got it. You're gonna put it in your pan, which I was gonna do it, but I'm gonna move y'all with me over here. So now that the butter is melted, you wanna add your onions. Like I said, it's whatever onions you want. You're gonna give it a little whirl. It's already throwing a little bit of the butter out here. Alrighty, let me put this down for 1 second, clean that. Alrighty. Oh, you can smell the onions and the butter and oh my god, it's so good. and let it sit there and to cook. So I got another cutting board, and what I'm gonna do is cut up some pickles. I'm gonna chop that up really quickly. And again, it's how much you want. If you just want a little bit of, just a little bit, then you just put a little bit. I'm gonna get the right knife. Also, you chop it up how you want. If you want them big, then you make them big. If you don't want them big, then that's okay also. This is for later on, because after we cook the meat, I like to render the fat, the grease, whatever you want to call it. So it'll be oily. Remember, we're gonna fry it in oil, so you don't want to make it too oily. You don't want to bite into a grease ball. That's for sure. I want a little bit more. I think that's enough pickles. My girls love pickles, so pickle and anything they love. I might not put all of it because it seems like there's a lot, but there you go. You just chop it up and have it ready for when this is done. We're gonna stir this. All right. So I'm gonna push this to the side, and we're gonna go grab our ground beef. Add the ground beef. Lower, I'm gonna wash my hands first, and then I'm gonna lower the heat a little bit. Alright. And then we're gonna go ahead and start cooking this meat, separating it, getting it going. As I said, I'm gonna lower it down, which I did. Okay. Now, seasoning. It's up to you guys how you season it, but I'm telling you right now, you don't want to do too much salt because already the cheese has a lot of salt in it. When you put it in, it's gonna be too salty. So just be careful with the salt that you use. Also, it depends if you use Sazon. If you use Sazon, definitely be careful how much salt you put in there, because that's just extra seasoning. I just put a whole packet in. Just season the ground beef as you usually do it yourself at home. Alrighty, I'm gonna add a little bit of pepper, a couple sprinkles of it, and like I said, just a pinch of salt here, just because, like I said, later on you want to taste it, and if it's too if it needs a little tiny bit more, then you add, but I wouldn't do it. So I went ahead and rendered all the oil that was built up from cooking. So you can see there's no oil in there, no fat. Alrighty, there we go. So now what we're gonna do is we're gonna add our pickles that we cut. But a little by little, make sure you don't put way too much, that the pickle overpowers the meat. You don't want to do that. If I drop something, let me throw that out. Remember, you want it to taste like a cheeseburger, and pickles is part of the cheeseburger. You know what I mean? So I'm gonna go ahead and add a little bit more. I think we're good with this. The rest of the pickle I'll eat later. I love pickles, it don't matter what it is. Pickles are delicious. Alrighty. Oh, you gotta smell it. It smells so good. You can smell the pickles in it as it's cooking. It's so delicious. You know what? I think we have, there's that. I'm gonna go ahead and add it because, there we go. I think I did cut the perfect amount of pickles for it. Oh yeah, look at that. Delish. So now, yes, I'm gonna add the mustard. We're gonna put 1 tablespoon of mustard. That's all you need. Don't add no more. Here we go. 1 tablespoon of mustard. I'm gonna just use this spoon to mix it so I can get all that mustard off my spoon. It gives it a crazy tang to it. It's so delicious. I know y'all thinking like, what the heck? No, believe me when I say it is delicious. Delicious. It's just an extra tang to it. It just, with the pickles, mustards, onions, like you could just taste all of it. So while this is cooking, I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna grab my cheese. We don't wanna put too much cheese either. You don't want it to overpower everything. You know, cheese has its own thing going on. So I'm gonna just start with just a couple blocks of cheese. Just to see how it goes. And you have to be like stirring it, making sure that, you know, it don't get stuck if it's too high, which I dropped the heat down. So I think I should be good. I should be good. Alrighty, and you just start stirring. Make sure this cheese is melting. So now the cheese is melted. You can see it. How delicious that looks. Creamy, not too heavy. Here's where you want to taste it. And make sure that you have enough salt. And it's not like too salty. Or it needs, you know, whatever it needs. Whatever you want it to taste. That right there is perfect. You can taste the mustard, the cheese. You can taste everything. The pickles, delicious. Now, let's put it all together and start frying. Here's my egg roll wraps. I got a brand new spoon. I got my mixture here. I do have my bowl of water. So let's get this going. I'm gonna open my package. Alrighty. Let me see. I'm opening it like this because I'm obviously gonna use all of them. I believe there's like 20 in each one. Because I have a lot of people, my kids, my parents, everybody's here. So you're gonna slowly take your wrapper, and they are fragile, guys, so be careful. You're gonna use your fingers. Make sure you wash your fingers before anything, and you're just gonna wet all 4 sides of the egg roll, just like this, just like that, and then add your mixture. You can't overstuff. Don't overstuff, because then it won't even like close. You want it to make sure it closes, and for it to not, your filling not to come out. Let me grab a napkin because now my hands are dirty. So for your filling not to come out of its shell, you are going to flip this one first, this edge first, and you're gonna pinch the sides. See? That's the trick. So your food does not come out when you're frying it. So here it is. I'm gonna go ahead and do it one more time. Make sure that it's closed, and then we're gonna turn it right here. We're gonna close it right there and keep folding it like you're doing a burrito. And you just turn it And if you need a little bit more water, because it seems like I didn't put enough water right there to seal it. And you continue. There we go. It's a roll. There it is, guys. It looks like a little tiny burrito, but it's an egg roll. All right. I'm going to make a bunch more, and we'll be back to fry. All right, guys. Here they are already made. Make sure this oil is not way too hot. You don't want it to cook too fast. You'll have burnt egg rolls, which is not good. And you just add them in and let them fry until they're like golden brown. All right, guys, this is how they came out. I'm gonna hold it a little bit. They're a little warm. Golden, you can feel, like hear it, crispy. All right, I'm gonna cut into it so y'all can see the inside of it. Oh, you hear the crust? Oh yeah. Look how delicious that looks. Wonderful. So again, I put it with the side of my spicy ranch that I get from Hidden Valley. Put it in a little cup and I just eat it. So Jada's gonna taste try it. She put some of the spicy ranch. Crunchy.
It's good.
You could taste everything?
Yep, I taste the pickles. You can see it here. I taste the pickles and the cheese. It's really good.
Crunchy. Yummy. And that concludes my video for today. If you're new to my channel, please make sure you subscribe. I do have my other platforms. It'll be Instagram. I also have my other channel, For the Love of Disney. If you're into Disney, you should check that out. And we'll call it a day. See you Thursday.